You can't sing here. Not dressed like that. Ava freezes, microphone clutched in her hand, as the stage manager blocks her path. The man's voice is sharp, echoing off the cinderblock walls of the high school auditorium's backstage. He looks her up and down, borrowed blue dress, hem-pinned with safety pins, old sneakers, deep brown skin, tight curls pulled into a high ponytail. His eyes linger on the frayed edges of her sleeves. Ava's jaw tightens. I signed up. My name's on the list. He sighs, glancing at the clipboard. You're contestant 12. But this is a charity event, not a street corner. We have standards. Ava's cheeks burn. She thinks of her mother, lying in a hospital bed, the surgery bill taped to their fridge. She thinks of the $5,000 prize, enough to buy time, maybe hope. She squares her shoulders. I'm singing. You can't stop me. The manager shrugs, stepping aside. Fine, but don't blame me if the judges laugh you off stage. Ava steps into the wings, heart pounding. The crowd is a blur of faces, parents, teachers, kids, and glitter and nerves. She spots the judges' table. A bored music teacher, a local radio DJ, and a man in a navy suit, silver at the temples, eyes cold and unreadable. The celebrity judge. He hasn't smiled all night. She doesn't know him. Not really. She's never seen him in person. But she's seen the old photo in her mother's drawer. A younger version of that same face, arm around her mother, both laughing. She's heard the stories, the ones her mother never finished. He left before you were born, baby. Some men just can't stay. Ava's hands shake as she waits for her turn. She hears whispers from the other contestants. That's Ava from the projects. Her mom's the one who got sick. Poor thing. She closes her eyes, blocking them out, remembering her mother's voice. Sing like you mean it, baby. The world can't ignore a voice with a purpose. The MC calls her name. Contestant number 12, Ava Johnson. Ava steps into the spotlight. The crowd quiets. She lifts the mic, breathes in, and sings. Her voice is low at first, trembling, but it grows, rich, aching, every note a plea. She sings about hope, about fear, about loving someone so much it hurts. She sings for her mother, for herself, for every kid who's ever felt invisible. The music teacher leans forward. The DJ's mouth falls open. The man in the navy suit, her father, though she doesn't know it, sits up straighter, eyes locked on her. His hands tremble. He remembers a voice, years ago, in a smoky bar in Atlanta, a girl with a laugh like sunlight, a voice that could heal. He remembers a night he walked away, a letter he never sent, a daughter he's never met. Ava's voice soars. She hits the high note, holds it, lets it break. The room holds its breath. When the song ends, there's a heartbeat of silence. Then the applause crashes over her, loud and wild. Ava blinks, dazed. She bows, steps off stage, heart pounding. Backstage, the stage manager stares at her, stunned. I didn't know you could sing like that. Ava just nods, clutching the mic. Eyes shining with tears she refuses to let fall. At the judges' table, the man in the navy suit can't take his eyes off the spot where Ava stood. He doesn't know her name. Not yet, but he knows her voice. The applause still echoes as Ava slips behind the curtain, her breath coming in short, shaky bursts. She leans against the wall, clutching the microphone to her chest. The other contestants stare, some with awe, some with envy, a few with pity. She doesn't care. For the first time all week, she feels something like hope. The stage manager, the same man who tried to block her, approaches, his face red. You really sang your heart out, kid. He tries to smile, but it's awkward. Sorry about before. Ava shrugs, voice barely above a whisper. It's fine. She glances at her phone. No new messages. She texted her mom before going on stage. I'm singing for you, Mama. I'll win this. She imagines her mother in the hospital bed, watching the clock, praying for a miracle. On stage, the MC cracks a joke. The next contestant fumbles with a guitar. Ava barely hears it. She's replaying every note, every word, wondering if it was enough. At the judges' table, the man in the navy suit can't sit still. He drums his fingers, eyes fixed on the list of contestants. Ava Johnson, he murmurs, the name tasting familiar and foreign at once. He remembers a letter, never sent. He remembers a promise, broken. The music teacher leans over. She's got something, doesn't she? He nods, voice tight. She does. The DJ grins. That's the kind of voice that wins shows. Or breaks hearts. He forces a smile, but his mind is racing. Could it be? He glances at the MC, then at the list again. Johnson. Her mother's name was Johnson, too. Atlanta. 16 years ago. He stands abruptly. Excuse me, he says, and heads backstage. Ava is sitting on a folding chair, head bowed, when she hears footsteps. She looks up, startled. The man in the Navy suit stands before her, hands shaking. You're Ava? He asks, voice rough. She nods, wary. Yes, sir. He kneels, lowering himself to her level. Your mother. Is her name Denise? Ava's eyes widen. How do you know my mom? He swallows hard. I think I'm your father. The world tilts. Ava's breath catches. She stares at him, searching for the truth in his eyes. You left. She said you left before I was born. He nods, tears shining in his eyes. I did. I was young. Stupid. I never stopped thinking about you. I never stopped hoping I'd find you. Ava's hands tremble. Why are you here? He smiles, broken and hopeful. I was asked to judge. I didn't know. I didn't know you'd be here. I didn't know you were my daughter until I heard you sing. Ava's heart pounds. She wants to scream, to cry, to run. Instead, she whispers, my mom's in the hospital. She needs surgery. That's why I'm here. I need the prize money. He nods, voice thick. I'll help. No matter what happens tonight, I'll help. Ava's eyes fill with tears. For the first time, she lets them fall. The MC's voice booms from the stage. And now, the judge's decision. Ava wipes her eyes, stands, and faces the man who might be her father. I have to go. He nods, pride and regret warring in his eyes. Go. I'll be right here. Ava steps into the wings, the lights blinding, the crowd roaring. She doesn't know what will happen next. But for the first time, she doesn't feel alone. The auditorium is electric. The MC stands center stage, envelope in hand, grinning at the crowd. One night, folks. Our judges have made their decision. But before we announce the winner, let's give all our contestants a big round of applause. Ava stands in the wings, hands clasped tight, heart pounding so hard she can barely hear the cheers. She glances backstage. The man in the Navy suit, her father, watches her, eyes shining with pride and something deeper, something like longing. The other contestants gather around, some whispering, some shooting her nervous glances. Ava barely notices. All she can think about is her mother, the hospital, the bill taped to the fridge, and the man who just changed everything. The MC's voice booms. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The winner of this year's talent show and the $5,000 grand prize is a drum roll. The crowd leans forward. Ava Johnson. The room erupts. Ava's knees nearly buckle. She stumbles onto the stage, blinded by the lights and the roar of applause. The MC hands her a bouquet of flowers and a giant check. Congratulations, Ava. That was a performance none of us will ever forget. Ava tries to speak, but her voice cracks. Thank you. Thank you so much. This means everything. She looks out into the crowd, searching for her father. He stands at the edge of the stage, clapping, tears streaming down his face. The music teacher and DJ both smile, nodding in approval. The MC leans in, lowering the mic. You've got someone who wants to meet you. Ava turns. Her father steps onto the stage, hands shaking. The crowd quiets, sensing something big. He takes the mic, voice trembling. I have a confession. I wasn't just a judge tonight. I'm Ava's father. I didn't know until I heard her sing. I left before she was born, and I've regretted it every day since. A gasp ripples through the audience. Ava's eyes fill with tears. He kneels, right there on stage. Ava, I'm so sorry. I want to be part of your life, if you'll let me. And I promise, I'll help your mom. You're not alone anymore. Ava drops the bouquet, throws her arms around him. The crowd rises to their feet, cheering, some wiping away tears. Backstage, the stage manager shakes his head, grinning. Didn't see that coming. The MC wipes his eyes. That's what I call a showstopper. Ava clings to her father, sobbing with relief and joy. For the first time, the future doesn't feel impossible. The applause fades, but the moment lingers. Ava and her father, center stage, holding each other as if afraid to let go. The MC gently guides them off stage, the crowd still buzzing with excitement and emotion. Backstage, the other contestants gather around, some offering hugs, others just staring in awe. The music teacher wipes her eyes. You earned every bit of that, Ava. Don't ever let anyone tell you different. Ava nods, still dazed, clutching the check and bouquet. Her father stands beside her, awkward but determined. I want to see your mom, he says softly, if she'll let me. Ava hesitates, then nods. She always said people deserve a second chance. They leave the auditorium together, stepping into the cool night air. The parking lot is nearly empty, the streetlights casting long shadows. Ava's father unlocks his car, a sleek black sedan, out of place in this neighborhood. He opens the passenger door for her, and for a moment, she sees the man her mother once loved. The drive to the hospital is quiet. Ava stares out the window, the city lights blurring past. Her father glances over, voice tentative. You were incredible tonight. Your mother, she was always the best singer I ever knew. I guess you got that from her. Ava smiles a little. She taught me everything. At the hospital, they find her mother awake, propped up in bed, eyes tired but bright. She looks from Ava to the man at her side, recognition dawning. You came back, she whispers. He nods, tears in his eyes. I'm here. For both of you. I'm sorry it took so long. Ava sits on the edge of the bed, holding her mother's hand. We won, Mama. The surgery, we can pay for it now. Her mother's eyes fill with tears. You did it, baby. You saved me. Her father steps forward, voice steady. I'll cover the rest. Whatever you need. I promise. For the first time in years, hope fills the room. They talk late into the night, about the past, about regrets, about the future. Ava listens as her parents laugh, softly, old wounds beginning to heal. Weeks pass. The surgery is a success. Ava's mother comes home, stronger every day. Her father visits often, never missing a chance to hear Ava sing. He helps with bills, with groceries, with everything he once ran from. Ava's story spreads, first through the school, then the city, then online. Girl sings to save mom, reunites with lost father, becomes a headline, a viral video, a symbol of hope. People donate, send letters, offer scholarships. Ava is invited to sing at bigger events, her voice opening doors she never dreamed of. But the best moments are quiet ones. Singing with her mother in the kitchen, laughing with her father in the park, feeling, finally, like a family. One evening, as the sun sets, Ava stands on her apartment balcony, looking out over the city. Her father joins her, handing her a small box. Inside is a silver locket, engraved with a single word. Hope. He smiles. For the girl who gave it back to all of us. Ava hugs him, tears in her eyes. Thank you for coming back. He squeezes her hand. Thank you for letting me. As the city lights flicker on, Ava closes her eyes and sings, her voice strong, fearless, and full of promise. For her mother, for her father, for herself. For every kid who ever felt invisible. And this time, the world is listening.